We are live this morning, Saturday morning, Sabado. Thank you for tuning in to the channel, people. We appreciate it. We're live trackside on the main line, Boston to Maine, the active train line that the Downeaster use, and MBTA, CSX locals, Pan Am. And then overnight, we have the large monster trains that come through. So yeah, it's a good morning live stream, and we'll see what's happening today. We should have some trains coming. We got the 218 that should be here soon. That'll be the first train. It's a commuter rail. It'll be the MBTA 217 heading outbound. So yeah, that'll be the first one, and then we'll go from there. This is our view this morning. It's a beautiful view. The sun is out. Gorgeous day. Beautiful. So yeah, welcome to Trains R Us New England. And we've got our monster today. For those of you that tune in this morning, that's awesome. And for those of you that tune in as the day goes on, we appreciate that too. Thank you very much. Good morning, Johnny. Welcome to the channel. Hopefully you can hear this okay today. Can you check on my sound, please? We had sound problems in Lawrence yesterday. You should be hearing this okay. Yeah, good morning. We tried to do a live stream yesterday. It was in a really good spot along the main line, but you just couldn't hear anything. So hopefully you're hearing this okay today. Sounds excellent. Thank you, Johnny. I appreciate that. You know what we did? It wasn't our phone though, you know, but it was nice. As soon as we went online, people were saying, "Hey, dude, your voice isn't coming through." It was actually the signal was not long enough, I don't think. Let me just open up this monster. We're a little bit early today. That's the best sound in the world. What do we got today? Oh yeah, we got the Alta Sunrise. Yeah. So yeah, we were on a nice spot in Lawrence. It was, you know, about 45-mile section of track there, and we did get some good videos. We ended up just staying for videos because the live stream wasn't going to work. So, but yeah, we should have a train here in a few minutes. The 217, which is an outbound train. Hey, they never took that piece of rail that was here. Yeah, it's still here. That's a pretty good sized chunk right there. Look at the size of that thing. Oh, here comes a plane. Here we go again with my ADD. I just can't help it. Planes. See if I can zoom in on that. Pretty low. Welcome, Indonesia. Wow, thanks for tuning in. Across the earth here. We got a piece of, that's sharp. Jeepers. Got a nice piece of rail here. Look at, see, if you're a rail fan, we got a piece of rail. We just need a fan. My jokes are terrible. Sorry, guys. But I'm laughing. I'm laughing at myself. So feel free to join in. It's contagious. Let's see. Oh, I don't have the radio on. Would probably be smart
Frequency mode
to put the radio on this morning. And that's always a good thing to do. Yeah, see what one airplane does to me? Ruins my attention. But yeah, so we're on the main line right now. We're trackside, and we're not trespassing. We're actually they actually own right up to this pole here, which goes straight across like that to that pole. But they do utilize this little section here for storage because they have a bungalow. So their property comes out like this and goes around like this, around these bungalows. So, but yeah, we try to stay away from the tracks. It's a 136-pound rail here. So it's not 132, it's 136, guys. That's some heavy duty stuff. But it's only 136 at the actual crossing. We talked about that before. It's 115 otherwise, which is very strange. But on the other side, though, is actually 136 the entire length. So they must consider that furthest track from here the actual main line, or that was the original. And then this was a secondary they put in. And a lot of times the MBTA is on the far track, but sometimes they're over here, but just it's very rare. And then the Amtrak is always on this track here. But you know, they switch around. You can never really assume that they're going to be on a track. We try to, you know, plan ahead in terms of filming, but sometimes you just never know what rails they're going to be on, and that's why you got to be careful. You know, try to stay off. We know that, right? So yeah, good morning, everybody. We're having our first monster of the day. We just woke up, and we're glad you're joining us here live, trackside. Haverhill, North Andover line in Massachusetts, Boston, Massachusetts, USA, which is actually we're north of Boston. And this line here goes to Maine this way, and the other way goes to Bosstown. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Wow, there's a huge eagle over there. Wow, that was beautiful. Yeah, I couldn't zoom in on it quick enough because my hands are tied up with the monster, but monster. There was a beautiful eagle over there. But yeah, I actually hit one of those one time in my car. Actually, my truck. It just flew up and hit the window. It was really weird, but the thing was huge and it's window and it broke the frame. It literally destroyed the front of my truck, like, you know, from the window area. It looked like somebody dropped a cinder block on my truck, and that was from an eagle. It was terrible. But anyways, on to trains. So we're waiting right now for the MBTA 217, and it should have the. We're not sure in terms of the power what we'll have on the line. But the head end should have the power. And they hit the horn loud and proud through this area. Several times they'll hit the horn. So we'll be able to hear probably, well, it depends on how long you're here for and how long we're here, because there's a lot of trains coming. We have the MBTA 217, that's an outbound. And then I think we have the 225, that's an inbound. And then we have the 692 West Amtrak and the 691 East Amtrak. So yeah, it's kind of busy. It can be busy. Good morning. Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta put my glasses on because I have no eyes until I have them on. Hang on a second. Sorry about that. Oh yeah. Tidy picker. Oh, okay. Your daughter lives in. Nice. Yeah, that's cool. It's a nice area. Beautiful area here. Always a welcoming area, you know, for rail fans. But most of the businesses here are pretty cool. It probably helps it out of them, but yeah, pretty familiar with this area. So you must know some of the history of this Andover area. That there's the General Sutton Complex over there. See that? It has a sign on it. General Sutton Complex is inside that little sign there. And this is Sutton Street is down there. So yeah, General Sutton was a big name in the military here. North Andover section of town. So Andover is a quiet zone. A lot of rail fanning down there, but you know, they only hit the horn to say hello to us. And you never know with the MBTA when they usually don't like to hit the horn at all. But yeah, so it's a quiet zone there. So a lot of times we'll only get the horn if they say hi to us, and a lot of times it's the Amtrak because they just seem to do it more often for some reason. But here, and it's not a quiet zone; it's a loud zone, and they hit the horn for 3 crosses in a row here. It's really loud. But yeah, live streaming this morning. Trackside for trains. This is my little shelving up here. Trains. Got my chair. Chair. I don't know if you guys know what movie that's. Chair. That'd be The Grinch, referencing an old movie, but with Jim Carrey, one of my favorite movies. So yeah, we actually have a list today. Check this out. We are semi-organized with our trains. All right, what we got? We've got, yeah, the 217 at 7:58 it's due. It should be here now, guys. I think I just heard the horn. Speak of the devil. Yeah, I'm hearing the horn, so that's got to be... Up, there he is. Here comes our first train. Here we go, guys. Here comes the MBTA. Looks like it's got an F40. Whoa! Nice. That was cool. Awesome. Good morning, Thomas. Welcome to the channel, guys. Wow, that was pretty cool. So yeah, that was a 217. There goes the signals again. That's bizarre. Okay, that's strange. The signals went back down again, but that's not supposed to happen. Problems here at this crossing. Yeah, now they're going back up again. Okay, they're now. So yeah, they have a lot of problems at this crossing with the signals turning on, turning off on their own. They got the ghost of General is in the house. Yeah. Good morning, Kevin. Johnny Blaze. Video got very choppy as the train passed. That figures, you know, had 5 bars. We probably had too many bars. Too many bars. That fig. You know, hopefully it didn't get choppy for everyone. Not that we want to single anybody out, but everybody's signal is different usually with their phone. But hopefully, you know, if you're watching this now, it wasn't too bad. Thank you for letting me know that. It's because I was so close to them. I wasn't really that close, but, you know, sometimes it blocks the signal, the train. And it's weird that you're saying that because the last time an F40 went by, they blocked, I swear they pushed a button and it blocked the signal out. It's bizarre, right? I mean, we were only kidding on the live stream about it, but it really seemed like it was bizarre. And all the trains, no problem. But the F40 goes by and the signal gets choppy or gets blocked out. Bizarre, strange behavior with the F40s. Maybe they're all haunted, I don't know. But that's strange, you know? I don't know. Very interesting. Trains. Well, hopefully YouTube fixes it later. So for you guys that check it out now, it's awesome. Thank you for coming in here this morning, talking trains. Let us know what state you're in. Don't give us personal information, please. But let us know your state and what you have for trains in your area. We'd love to know that information because that's what we do. We talk about trains. And we also, afterwards, spend a lot of time on live cams. Like if you're from Illinois or somewhere, we'll check out the live cam down there that's talking about, check out the trains. You know, this is a community thing, and, you know, we don't make a dime at this. We do this for you guys just because we enjoy doing it. And, yeah, to experience the moment with you guys. And hopefully the next train comes a bit better. But a lot of times, too, those of you that watch this later on, YouTube will actually fix the glitches. It's like a video. So when you upload a short's a little different. They give a lot of attention to shorts. YouTube really polishes them up for you really fast and really nice. And when it comes to videos, they're usually longer. And YouTube will fix your videos up and your live stream videos, but it takes a little time while it's processing. And on my end, it'll say processing for even a day. But then the end result is usually pretty good. Like they fix a lot of the glitches. I don't know how they do it. But it turns out to be a pretty good video after all, you know. But yeah, hopefully you guys were able to see that train, you know. Sorry to hear it got choppy there, Johnny. That sucks, you know. But yeah, we're enjoying our breakfast drink. Monster, 0 sugar. But have no fear. We have a solution for that. Oh, let's see what we got. Gummies. The breakfast of champions. Don't mind me while I eat my breakfast. Look at these. They're not marijuana gummies. We don't do drugs, but these are just regular gummies. By the way, they're good. So we got a monster breakfast with gummies. And thank you for tuning in with us today. Live stream on the main line. They've been doing a lot of work here. We've been checking that out. I'm not sure what these are. If these are some kind of... Does anybody know what these... Looks like some kind of grinding wheel, actually. Although it also looks like the journal that goes inside the cab car, the wheel of a train. But I don't think it is, because on this side it's all like, you know, for sanding stuff down or grinding. It must be some kind of grinder or something. But they're all over the place, those things. So, but yeah, we got pots. We got an electric line here. I'm not sure what that is, unless they run underground here from that junction box. Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, they run the power. This is where they pay their bill. Right there. We all got one of those, right? But yeah, so we gotta check the water level. Oh, it's way down now. Whoa, you can see the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see that. Look, it's right down to the bottom. If there was fish in there, they're bumming. Got no room now. Jeepers, huh? Check it out. Oh yeah, you can see all the runoff came off down here. Like all this is sliding down there. I know they've been doing work over here. And you can see it over there. They put a brand new culvert. And they put fencing around it and stuff. I don't know if that's the railroad doing that or not. They were here working the other day when I was here. So yeah, we were going to go down in Andover, but we had to switch it up a bit. And we wanted to catch this first train. It's unfortunate if it was choppy for everybody. That sucks, you know. But hopefully, they should all be good. This is a really good spot. And this was actually one of the reasons it was the spot is because the signal was really good. And the signal was so bad yesterday that we actually did like a 1 minute version. And then we had to shut off because there was no sound. You couldn't even hear me talking. You know how sometimes it gets harmonic? Well, that happens. Every once in a while you get harmonic, but yeah, this was, I guess, bad. People were saying, we can't hear you. I often deleted it. But hopefully this will be a keeper. So yeah, thanks for tuning in with us this morning. We're Trackside Live 9, which is Boston to Maine. And it's a busy line. It's a weekend, so it's a little bit different. The MBTAs are a little bit more spread out. Although they're supposed to be changing that. They're changing the schedule on that. I heard that they're supposed to increase ridership by, you know, increasing their amount of trains. They're supposed to actually double the trains. So instead of them coming during the week, 1 hour, it'll be one every half hour, which would be kind of cool. I mean, I don't know how they'll do that logistically wise with the dispatch, but I don't know. That'll be interesting. So we had a lot of freight action lately. We had the M426 come through, a massive day freight. And we waited for that one the other day on the live, guys. Well, we ended up getting it. We uploaded the shorts. I'm sure you guys have probably already seen it. But when it came to the actual video, I don't know why, but I held the phone like this. Yep. And here I am waiting for the thing, you know, and hoping to get a wide angle video. And what do? I hold the phone this way. So I ended up with a, you know, straight up and down video, like a live video or like a short does, how it blocks out both sides of the camera. But so the part of that is when you do a wide angle and you try to convert it to a short, it gets like more narrow and you can lose some stuff because it zooms right in. But it turned out to be a really good video. It's going to upload. We put a timer, I think it's later today or tomorrow, but it's the full video of the M426 Extra heading to Maine, large freight with the 3 CS on the front, powering it. And it's a full uninterrupted video. And then right after it goes by, and it hit the horn a bunch of times, which was nice because the LO059 was in the Guilford unit, was right around the corner on the second track. So they had to hit the horn, you know? So they hit it like 4 times like they were at a crossing. It was a really nice video. But again, I goofed and recorded it up and down. But we're still going to upload it, and I think it'll still be a good video. I mean, I don't know you know, sometimes you do what you got to do. When we first uploaded videos, we used to do that. We used to only video straight up and down. But I saw, like we were talking about, the wide angles and how good they look. So, yeah, we like to do those every once in a while. But yeah, there's that strange looking tree. There's another one like that yesterday in Lawrence on those shorts. It looked like we were in the mountains. It was all overgrown, and we were in a really nice spot along next to a Chinese restaurant. And but it was, you know, it was woodsy. Thank you, Johnny. Appreciate that. I'm glad you saw those. Yeah, those yesterday. The ones yesterday were really good. They got like over 1,000 views on those. Those are really busy shorts. Very nice with the sun. That's perfect. Everything was just right. But we just couldn't get a signal in terms of uploading. That would have been a great live stream too. It's a shame, but you know. And it's weird because we had the same amount of bars. We had the same amount of bars there as we normally have in Andover. But the videos in Andover usually come out great. So don't know why that happened. It just happens, you know what I mean? But yeah, so that's what we've been up to. And today's been really quiet in terms of planes. We noticed that because usually we have a plane going by. We only had one so far. We usually have like 10 by now. So I don't know what time that airport really technically opens up. But time for snacks. My favorite, red. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Trackside, trains of West New England, hanging out along the rails. That's what we do. And let me take a look at our list for our train schedule. So the next train will be 2-4, and that should be, I believe that's an inbound, MBTA inbound. And you watch the signal will be fine with it is an F40. It's only when their head end is F40 power, because when it's on the other end, which we got that same day, it came in great. I don't understand it, you know. Troll hour gummies, yeah, right. Well, these ones here, you know, they're kind of tough. They make it a little tough to talk because they are so sour. These ones, these are really, yeah, sours. I didn't even know that when I bought it. It says it right there. I thought they were the regular ones, but wow, you eat one of these things and whoa. Good morning, Michael. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, these are amazing. Gummies for breakfast and Monster Energy for breakfast. Trackside. What more could I ask for? Right? Oh, here comes a. Now I know why they're not flying as much. Breakfast of Champions is because they're using the runway that heads off to the direct of the Merrimack River. Excuse me, trying to talk with a sour gummy. Wow. But you're using that runway, and we talked about that before, right? We're not plane people, but we do know that runways are built for wind resistance and assistance, right? It's an assistance, they say. And this is VF conditions, visual flight rules. Beautiful day today. If you have your license to fly, I am envious of you. Yes, that's beautiful. But they're taking off that direction because of the wind direction, and that's why they use it. Not because the plane is actually going that way. They'll just turn when they get up there, you know? It's not like roads. It's not like the ROADs. You're kind of stuck where you're going, you know? And you got to go around if you got to go around. They don't have any tours in the sky unless it's a storm. That could be a detour. But yeah, these red ones are really powerful. Look at that, full of sugar. Unbelievable. But then you got this with no sugar, so you're doing good. It's a balance. But yeah, we have a family channel here. We try to keep it clean, guys. And so far, so good today. We appreciate it too, you know. Thank you very much. And some people are making breakfast, so they're listening, and that's why we're not, you know, it's not made for kids. we have a lot of youngsters that are in the area of these live streams. Maybe they're playing and somebody's making breakfast or something, and we try to keep it clean, you know. But yeah, so that's what we're doing today. We were going to go to the line, but the problem was we couldn't get up early enough to do it, number one. And number two, the only thing that goes up there is the 2 Amtraks. Although we do like going up there, we're going to head back up north again because of the speed of the trains. So the Amtrak up north will be doing like 77 miles an hour at that crossing that we went to the other day. And we got a really good video from that. Amazing. Like, I mean, seeing a crossing at 77 miles an hour is a whole new world. And I know it's not high speed. Some people consider high speed, but I'll tell you, we're not used to it. I'm not used to it. I mean, we're used to seeing what, up to 60 miles an hour here. But seeing that Amtrak down east to go through there at 77, I think it was 77, or it might have been 73. I don't know. It was fast. And it was just like whoosh, you know, wow. You know, they have the cool crossing protection up there that has the swivels on it, you know, so they got the springs and everything. It's really cool. Maybe we'll leave this stuff here and take a walk down there now. Let's, first of all, let's grab the radio, the radio. That's probably a good idea to have that with us. But yeah, we're going to see if that last train. Now, that train was on our track, I think, right? Wasn't that closest to us? Yeah, so that was weird. That was the MBTA was on the outside track. Oh, that's bizarre. I don't understand that. Yeah, they break these things off all the time. These are the things that are supposed to tell people not to drive down the tracks. They're those stick up. But people keep hitting them and breaking them off. Oh, there's a couple over here that are still up. Yeah, see those? I'm not sure what... Oh, yeah, and then they put these little reflectors, too. Track 2. That's nice to know. What kind of bricks are those? They look like they have some kind of tar in the middle. That's weird. Never seen that before. See that? Oh, and they're kind of light, too. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's weird. But yeah, we're taking a walk along here for a second. Now, that's an old tie plate. Oh, geez, that's old, ancient. Yeah, we're just taking a look at this greaser this morning. Oh, yeah, it's actually pretty dry, considering. Well, there's a piece of that. Must have got hit and thrown down here by the train. There's a piece of that protector right there that keeps you from driving down the tracks. But yeah, so you got the mat here to protect the ground from all the grease. But look at that. But this one here is not that bad. But that one's pretty greased up. But yeah, so we were doing a little more research on these track greasers. And we talked about the wear and tear, about, you know, how it protects the rails and it protects the flanges on the train. Well, it's interesting because, and that little button right there sets it off. You guys know that. When the train goes by, it hits that button and it puts out grease onto the tracks. But it's mainly, I think it's mainly in this area. Well, yeah, it's a sharp curve, but it's mainly because of all the here. The racket that this would make from a train going around this kind of a radius curve, which is really sharp down here. It's really sharp, and it's sharp on the other end too. The squealing would be insane. I know you guys have heard that before. They're loud. I kind of like it, but I'm sure the neighbors here do not like it. And they might have complained about the racket that it makes. I don't know. I mean, I'm just guessing because when we looked up the background and history of these rail greases and stuff like that, it was a lot of it too had to do with the sound. And we didn't include that in our last one. We really didn't talk about the fact that it cuts down the flange sound. We just were mainly focusing on the factors of the rails, which we were already aware of, that it protects the integrity of the rail and gives it more life. Good morning. And so, but yeah, so.
Fucking train?
No, what happened?
Derailed?
Oh, on the news, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't see it.
Yeah,
No.
I just seen it again.
That's terrible, huh?
Well, I don't know what happened here last night.
Yeah.
By those gates.
Yeah.
There was freaking ambulances.
Oh, was there?
Trucks, yeah.
Somebody must have got hit or something.
Look at that. Somebody, like, last time there was a car on the fucking track.
Yeah.
You know, that was about a month ago.
Right. It happens.
But
I'm retired from the railroad.
really?
Yeah, I worked there for a lot of years. And now I just do YouTube. You know, I have nothing really going on. You know what I'm saying? So we do live streams. Like right now we're live streaming. And I don't put anybody on camera without, it's facing the tracks. But yeah, we do live streams and, you know, with video trains and stuff like that.
Well, I live right down there, man. I've lived here for 6 years.
Yeah, I see you all the time walking by. Yeah, every
I go to
morning.
the bank, get some money,
Yeah,
put some gas in my freaking
I hear
car.
you, brother. I hear you. Yeah, it's all good.
Unbelievable.
But yeah, well, thank you for stopping by and talking.
Yeah, I see you down here a lot.
Yeah, we're down here a lot. This is my home, you know.
Yeah. Same with me.
My family.
I live on this side of the tracks.
I hear you, brother.
69 freaking years.
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, hey, be safe.
Take care. Thank you.
We'll see you on the rebound.
All right, brother. See you later.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy. We see him here all the time. I don't put anybody on camera without talking to them first. But anyways, that's why I wouldn't, you know. But anyways, so yeah, he's a really nice guy. He cuts through a lot. He was just saying how there was an incident down on the tracks with ambulances and stuff. So I don't know. I don't know anything about that. But a lot of the stuff, so when I was working for the railroad, I worked there for a long time. You guys might be surprised to know this, but we hit people all the time. When I say hit people all the time, it averaged, I think, at one point, one a month. And how many did you hear about on the news? Not many. You just didn't hear about it. It was kept quiet. I don't even know if you guys know about the one that we were just videoing, a freight train down in Andover. The last time we had somebody hit by a train, we were videoing down at Andover Station, and then a little bit past that, and somebody got hit at the crossing, and it was never on the news. It was never on the news. The person looked down on the tracks and killed themselves. We have it on, unfortunately, on the radio, on the camera. We don't have it actually videoed, but we have like the train going by, and then they slammed on the emergency and skidded to a stop, and then they came on the air and said, we just had somebody lay down across the tracks. We're stopped here. You know, we hit them. So it was terrible. But anyways, point being, it was never on the news. It never went on the news. I mean, somebody died and it was not on the news. You know, that's kind of crazy, right? So, I mean, we were hitting people one every other month. But, and I'm talking, when I say we were hitting people, it wasn't just in Boston area. So the railroad that I worked for, Boston and Maine, when I started, and it was Guilford Rail later, and Pan Am and all that, you know that. Well, anyways, that whole era, I'm talking about how frequently we hit people. It was all the way from Maine through New Hampshire into Massachusetts and as far west as New York, you know, which is the area that we, you know, the railroad worked on, that I worked for. But yeah, crazy, right? There's a lot of them I don't know how they keep it quiet. With today's media and everything, I don't know how they do it. Let's see here. Looks like parts from termite rail welding mold. Thermite. Okay, termite. Yeah, termites. Metal termites. They're like the murder ticks. Benching freights. Welcome, Mr. Good Citizen, to the channel. Good morning, buddy. And welcome to the channel, everybody. Thank you for tuning in this morning. We're standing by. There should be a train here in another 10, 15 minutes. We're guessing on that, but I think it's right around that time. And it should be an inbound, which should be coming from that direction there, which would be nice with the sun and everything. Hopefully we get a good video of that. But yeah, so that's what we're talking about. Unfortunately, we get on the topic of people getting hit because that gentleman came, somebody was down here with an ambulance, and police and fire were down at the crossing. Don't know what happened on that one. Don't know. You know, so. But anyways, back to my monster. I gotta go find it. Yep. But yeah, that rail grease is something else. I think it's saving a lot of people's ears and helping them get a good night's sleep. Probably more than it's helping the rails because, you know, I was looking at that. It looks like the grease is in the area of the greaser, obviously. But as you fan out both directions, there's nothing. It just wears away so quickly. I think that's basically set there for a purpose. You know, I think it was justified by the corners, yes, but I think that that's part of, so the corner's more there, down there. You can't even see around the tracks down there. The corner is more down there than it is over here. But I think it was justified that way because this is like a straightaway, and it's just really, you know, it's a short straightaway, obviously, but yeah, that's just pretty much give them some peace and quiet from the fence. It's got to be, you know. You guys have heard that before, that loud squeal. You know, those are the sounds that we like, you know. Those are for. People are like, oh, what's up with the bell? Why are you at a crossing? First of all, I can't stand the new bells, the e-bells, but the old bell, we'll take that any day. We like all the racket that's involved with the train. Trains. Benching freights. Benching freights. What does that mean? I don't know. Trying to decipher. But yeah. So thank you for tuning in, guys, this morning. We appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. For those of you who have not been here before, we're videotaping, we're live camming the main line from Boston to Maine, double track section. And we just heard something on the radio. I'll turn it off and on again.
Frequency mode.
I just heard static. That's got to be the train. Oh, so they have to swap tracks, I think, up there. And I think they do a little bit of talking on that. There's a facility that direction, and it's in Bradford, where they park a lot of the trains at night, and they clean them out, vacuum them out, and, you know, get them all for the next shift, which, if you think about it, is usually right around the corner. They don't sit very long, but they have a bunch of them up there, so I think they can rotate them, you know, depending upon the problems and stuff that they have. Okay, I don't know who this person is, but now you're going to be put on block. They're gone. Yeah. Anybody talks about any political issues, medical issues, you know, if you're generalizing about medical, that's one thing, but talking about controversial issues such as vaccinations and things, you just get blocked. So we're here to talk about trains. If you got something to say about a train, we're welcoming that. If you're just chilling with us, we appreciate that. And whatever, you know, whatever works for you guys. This is what we do. We just chill along the tracks anyway. Time to have a breakfast break. Good morning, David. Welcome to the channel. How about the Red Sox? They did a complete turnaround, huh? It's not WEEI Sports here, but we do listen to that morning show. My favorite again. But yeah, it's early Saturday morning. We're live streaming. We put the phone on Do Not Disturb. It's so good. It's working. Because like we were saying before, we've never gotten so many phone calls as we have during the live streams, which really screws up our live stream sometimes. Tour train. Oh, we always like a tour train. We know we were calling it Downeaster the other day. We were talking about that. Is the Downeaster considered a commuter train? Or is that like a excursion train? I don't know what you guys think, but I think it's excursion. It's a very short haul. That's the reason they don't replace the equipment that's on the Downeaster, right? They have some of the oldest stuff on there. The P-42s are still alive and kicking very well. That's all they use. That's all they use on there. There's no brand new engines ever on the Downeaster line. We don't get brand new, and we don't want them. Well, I don't want them, but you guys might want them. I shouldn't really speak for everybody, but we like what the P-42 chuggers, you know, best, you know. And it's like, you know, I'm glad that they don't replace anything on this line. You know, I'd prefer them to have the old P42 power. But we got some really nice Cabbage Patch units. Those, you know. But yeah. We be live streaming Trackside. And good morning to you all, Saturday morning. Hopefully you guys got some good plans today. And hopefully you guys are having a good day today. We've got a train doing about 10, 15 minutes, if that. And it'll be the MBTA, and then it'll be busy for a little bit. We'll have 2 Amtraks back to back. And yeah, that's what we'll be doing. But yeah, we wouldn't be anywhere else but right here. Beautiful. The Merrimack River is over there, that direction. The city of Lawrence is that direction, and Boston is further down that way. If you're going to Haverhill, it's that direction. And the line ends right after that. Even though the MBTA, I'm not sure if they own, I think they own right up to the New Hampshire line. I know in Nashua they own, Nashua, New Hampshire, they own all the way up to the city of Nashua. But they will never be there. They just won't. They've been talking about it for the last 25 years. It's never going to happen. Too much red tape in Massachusetts. New Hampshire might do it, but Massachusetts will never do it. And it's like the Massachusetts bridges. They're never be in line with the road. They're just never going to be. It's unions, you know? Not that we're against unions. I've been in a union, railroad union, my whole life. But I'll tell you, it sure can hold things up and mess things up. Yeah, a lot of people do that. They put stuff on the tracks. You know, we were down at the Andover spot that we go to a lot. And we were noticing that in the, on the ties, there was all these flat little pieces of metal. And Chloe's like, "What are these?" And I'm like, I think they had coins. I think them on the tracks at some point. And then they couldn't find them. When the train went by, they lost them. But yeah, we grabbed a couple of them. I have them in my vehicle. But we don't put them on there. As kids, we used to. You know, not proud of saying that, but we used to hop trains, and we used to, I grew up next to the tracks. If you grew up next to the tracks, chances are, back in the day anyways, when we were going on them to use them for transportation. We would hop on a train, and we would go down to the drive-in theater on the train. Back when they had drive-in theaters. Now they only have like one in New Hampshire. I think they have one in Milford, New Hampshire, I think it is. I don't know. They might have one or two in, I don't know. But drive-ins are a thing of the past. I mean, which is a shame because there was nothing like everybody piling into a car, $6 a carload car, or $5 or whatever it was. And you got your pillows and your blankets, and you go to the movies and you sit back and watch the movies. They always had the corn, right? We miss those days. But yeah, we used to take the train down to check them out. And it was nice because they had the old speakers that hook on the window. They didn't use their radios in their car, so you could hear a big speaker the whole parking lot. And we would sit on the rock and we would drink beers and we would watch the movie. Yeah, it's pretty funny, right? Yeah, and then and one time 5 towns over because the train was doing 45 miles an hour by the time it went by the movie. That happens, So, yeah, you guys know that deal. Finishing up my Monster, and it's good, I'll tell you. But yeah, let me look at the schedule. I wrote it out with a marker, best as I could. I only had one. Let's see. The 225, 224. Oh, wait a minute. No, the 224, so that's even number, so that's inbound. So inbound is this direction. That's 224 will be coming. And it should be here about 5 minutes. Yeah, so we should have in about 5 minutes, guys. So that's good. It's good. We'll take a look at the Amazon of it while we're here. Yep. Check it out. All right. Step right out here and take a look. Yeah, you're talking about 35 feet down. It's a pretty good drop. And you're talking a slingshot. Yep. Pretty cool looking though. It's good. We were going to go over and check out that new structure they built, but can't get there from here without trespassing, so we really didn't want to walk down the tracks like that. You know, that'd be our opportunity. The cops would just walk up or pull up and say, "What are you doing down there?" We don't want to cause any problems, so we try to stay to the side, you know. We get that, you know. Massachusetts, anyways, you don't even need to be notified. So it's kind of like walking on a major highway. Common sense, right? Do you need a sign to tell you not to walk on a main highway? I don't think you do, you know. And I think, yeah, the law is you don't need a sign. You can be arrested by the trooper as soon as you're up there. Unless you broke down, that's different. We get it. But if you're up there just walking around, you're done. You're going to get locked up. There's no difference here on the tracks. Common law trespass, it's called. Kind of like the old stone walls where the common law trespass. If you went over that, you knew you were in somebody else's property. Well, the railroad is the same thing. It's a common law trespass. If you go on the train tracks, you can be arrested in Massachusetts. Now, every state's different, but you need to have a sign. So, yeah. The actual chapter and section, I happen to know off the top of my head, is 160-218. Pretty pathetic, huh, that I know that? Mm-hmm. Mass General Law, 160-218. Yep. Yeah, we used to get on the tracks all the time. We trespassed on them when we were kids because I grew up right next to the tracks. Like the freight trains back when they were blue and black and white. They were the old Boston. I mean, you know, the B with the M through it, that old symbol. It was going by my house all the time. And those were the days, I'll tell you. I had the long nose ones, you know. We don't see those anymore, you know. The high nose. Those are gone. Like it's all F40s now, and you know, Geepers, and you know, so some SDs are around, but it's been changing, you know. But wait until they turn battery. Oh no, right? Can you imagine a 155 car with a battery operated engines? Can you imagine that? I can't see it's ever going to work in the dead of winter. You know, we don't have enough problems already trying to keep trains on time and keeping the tracks clear of broken down trains. Oh yeah, you know, not good to play on the tracks, and we definitely don't condone that. But when you grow up next to them, if you do grow up next to them, or you do now, you know what I'm talking about. You know, as kids, you just wander around. My father let us stay away from them. He worked for the railroad, you know. My dad worked for the railroad, then I worked for the railroad. But yeah, so, but is anybody in here working for the railroad, or have you worked for the railroad? Anybody? Just curious. We like to ask that. Good morning, Kentucky. Dino, David, welcome guys to the channel. Thanks for hi and saying hi this morning. We appreciate it. We don't always read we tend to get on a rant, and then we try to get caught up. Let's see what we got going on. Let's see. Talk about landmarks. Yeah. Well, that one was kind of facing us. That landmark, that is a landmark, and it is facing us. So, and that's the whole name of the here, Sutton Street. So it kind of makes sense, right? I mean, you know, it is what it is. But what about trees? What is that? Why is there no trunk? Trains! We need trains! Come on. Ah! All right. So these are 5 cents a piece. I must throw out 25 to 30 every few days. I was thinking about that now. Do they have a stamp on them somewhere saying that they're 5 cents? I know I'm paying the 5 cents. I don't see a stamp on it. That's weird. Unless they're buying them in New Hampshire and selling them en masse and saying they're 5 cents more. I don't know. Can you do that? I don't know. It probably wouldn't be too good to do that, but I'm sure people do it. But anyways, let me get rid of my trash before that train comes. We got to walk the rails, guys. Literally. Whoa. Whoa. It's a lot of steel there. Oh, no time. Here comes the train, guys. Here we go. We got to get back over there. See? The second you leave, it shows up. Hopefully it comes in good this time. We got 5 bars. Bars. It's kind of a set of crossings here. Never worked on one, but hung out with Pete and the guys from New England Southern. Nice. Yes, this will be a commuter train, guys. I can hear it moving along now. It's got the engine on the other side, so it's not that loud. It'll have the cab car hitting the horn soon. Nice. That was a 1068. Beautiful. Now Amtrak's coming back to back. And I checked the Amtrak schedule before online here. And as of 9 o'clock, it's supposed to be, at 9 o'clock, it's supposed to be in Haverhill, which is right around the corner. So it should be coming, guys. We got the Amtrak down easter. But yeah, that was the inbound commuter rail with an F40. Hopefully that went through pretty good. Good morning, James. Hold on. I apologize if I'm saying your name wrong. Good morning. Welcome to the channel. Flynn. I only pronounce the stuff I can see and understand. Sorry. But a lot of these names, people just make them up as they go along. But we get it. But thank you to all of you for showing up today and saying good morning to us. Live streaming main line, Boston to Maine, trackside. Train us, New England. But yeah, that was a commuter rail inbound with the F40 power. Hopefully that signal went through good. It probably did, because when they have it on the other end, for some reason, signal works fine. When they put the F40s on the front, they block your signal. They have a signal blocker. I'm starting to say that now because it's happened more than once to us, which is really bizarre. And there's no way of us knowing that it's an F40 coming. You know, we would stand back more so they can't block it, or it doesn't block it. But I'm sure that one came through pretty good, right? LNN around here, so okay, LNN. What does LNN stand for? Sorry, my ignorance, I don't know. Somebody was just talking about the Susquehanna or something like that out in New York. So you're Louisville, Kentucky. Is that where you guys are from? Whoa, it's a big bee's nest up there. All right, guys, I'm not bothering you. Oh, Louisville and Nashville. Oh, okay, cool. That's awesome. We had a family member living in Nashville. They took off in their Lexus now. They're going to get us UP trains and send them up. That's kind of cool, you know. She's a little newer at filming trains, so, you know, there's a certain style that we like to do with trains, and she's picking it up as we move along, but she's always trying to get them for us. And she's awesome. But yeah, so we'll be getting some trains from UP from Texas. They got a lot of, I think they have, if I'm not mistaken, coal trains down there. But I know it's the UP. But that's cool. Do you guys have a live cam down there? Oh, okay. It's been gone for decades. The L&N. What does L&N stand for? Louisville and Nat. That's what it stands for. Okay, I gotcha. Sorry. I'm trying to multitask with ADD. Doing the best I can here. Let's see. I just heard them. Oh, yeah, that was them on the radio. They were stationed up there, up at Lawrence. So, yeah, so they have to get out of which they're doing right now. They'll be long gone. They'll be doing 60 miles an hour in a few seconds, and they'll be right off into Amtrak, Boston West dispatch territory pretty soon. But, yeah, the next train should be coming in the next 5 or 10 minutes, guys. And it'll be from this direction again, which I really like this, the look. That has a really nice ambience with the, the shade and the sun. So that should round the corner there and look really sharp. Hopefully they have like a cabbage or something. They're going to have E42, we know that, right, for the power. And they'll be hitting the horn hard and heavy here. So it should be pretty good. It's good. Yeah, we'll have Amtraks. I just got sidetracked. Oh, yeah, look at that. By that. I don't know if you can see that. It's probably all blurry, right? Because it's zooming in on the wires. I don't know, it's just not zooming in. We are fascinated by anything with an engine. So if you want to get my attention, just start up an engine somewhere. I just can't help it, It's kind of like soothing. This is our therapy, train therapy. You're noticing that the closer you get to the signal box, the more choppy. Oh, thank you, Johnny Blaze. That makes sense. Okay, so we're going to run a test. For the next 60 seconds, this is a test of the emergency broadcast system. Okay, so over here, we should be really good, right? Sounds good. Video looks good. It's an nystagmus eye gaze. Okay, and then we come over here, and it should get all choppy. Testing 1 2 1 2. Oh, it might be this too. 1 2 1 2. Oh yeah, anything around here, yeah, probably blocks it pretty good. The signal. Yeah, I bet you that's this line right here, the electrical line. Yep. So hear more, guys. Thank you, Johnny Blaze, for telling us that. Appreciate that. We're gonna move over a bit. Try to get a little further away from that. Wires too. I don't know why they have the wires so low, but they just do. Well, because they don't have trucks going under them here, I guess. They don't really care. There's a wire height requirement on all major roads, but there isn't here. And look how low those are. I mean, I can almost jump up and grab them, it looks like. But high frequency disruption. Yeah, it's really weird, right? So I go near that. So is it okay here, guys? No harmonic voice here. Sounds good. Yeah, really bad by that meter. That's what it is. Okay. Yeah, we gotcha. All right. So we're going to stand back. All right. Ouch. Trying to make my way here. Hey, at least I don't have to worry about ticks over here, right? Because we're close to the track. Right? Ticks don't like train tracks. But that probably makes no sense to most people. But they live on vibration. We talked about that. Strange discussions we have. But yeah, they know when you're walking by and they reach out and grab onto you. But they can't tell when they're near the tracks because it's always vibrating, so they don't want to be around them. So the ticks all leave here. They head off somewhere else. But yeah, I think this should come in pretty good over here because I'm about 15, 20 feet away from that. I mean, I'm under a tree. What's coming next? Good morning, MBTA. We got the Amtrak, 692 West. That'll be here in a few minutes. Should be pulling into Haverhill momentarily. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. CSX owns the old L&N, which shut down in 1980. Really? 1980? So they don't use it for anything? And you know what's strange about that? Oops. Hit my radio by accident. channel mode. How do I change that? Uh-oh. What have I done?
Channel mode.
Band. All right.
Channel mode. Frequency mode.
Oh, there we go. That's the one we want, frequency mode. Yeah, when it comes to the train tracks, you know how you have your town ordinances and all that stuff that say you can't put a sign up, you can't do this, you can't do that, because it's a historic district. Like, seriously, the whole United States is a historic district. Use that power and flex that muscle a lot when you have a business and you own it in town and you want to put up a new sign. If you want to put up a neon sign, forget it. If it has lights on it, forget it. No, you can't mess with any old signs, you know, and you got to get approval by them. How come they can tear up train tracks? Why can they go through town and tear those right up? It doesn't make any sense to me. That's a historic monument that runs through, that built that town, you know, and you can tell in my voice right now how I feel about it. It's really wrong, you know, that they tear up these train tracks and they put these bike trails and all this stuff. And then we turn around with these traffic problems that we have. It's just insane. Like, I can't even get started on this because it's so frustrating, you know. And it's interesting that they're turning to battery powered stuff when they don't even have trucks that can go across the country hauling heavy loads with batteries yet, but they're going to put them on trains. Frustration, you know. So anyways, yeah, I had to do on that rant for a second. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but you know, you got to learn to crawl before you walk. And we have cars that have batteries that are having all kinds of problems. You know, they take forever to charge, and you know, they go through tires like crazy. Not that the trains would worry about that, but you know, at least they'd have the weight for the train in a positive sense, right? The weight with the batteries. I guess they're ridiculously, I don't know. So compared to a regular car, a battery car is heavier. You know, somebody was telling me they have a car that runs on batteries and they didn't care for it. And it's not because of the fires and all that. They said they don't care about that. Oh, they did think about that when they were parking it in their garage. But yeah, and their homeowners policy went up. So yeah, there are some factors there, you know, definitely. But what do we got going on? Did you see the new 1120 New Haven GP47MC? No, you were talking about that out of the south. We're gonna have to take a trip down there and spend the whole day down there on the south side. We got to find a good spot though that's really active. There's a few sections down there we have in mind, but we'd like to check that out, MBTA. That would be cool. We enjoyed looking at your new channel that you threw up. That's cool. The rear through Stamping Ground, Kentucky from 1850 and 1980, and then they tore the tracks out. Yeah, right? That's just crazy. I just think they should leave the tracks alone. So a lot of the tracks, they had tracks that were in, you know, to Manchester, New Hampshire, all these towns and everything. You could be using those tracks. And you look at 495, excuse me, you look at 93 southbound from Concord to Massachusetts is dead stopped. There's only 2 lanes, and the train tracks run right next to it. Go figure, right? And there goes a plane. Oh, I missed that one. Oh, look at that. He just did a go around. So he was cutting the engine and then he floored it. But yeah, if they would just put those train tracks back, you know, along 93, and they could have trolleys. They could have smaller trolleys running from the outskirts like Manchester or different places and bring them right down to, you could take the trolley to the main commuter rail, which runs along parallel to 93. Tracks are already there. Everything's already there. But yet they've started to tear up the tracks in some places up there because those branch lines, they don't use them anymore. But yet those are historic districts, right? It's a historic district. You can't put a sign up here, but we can tear tracks out that built this town. Makes no sense to me at all. You know, just makes no sense. It's just frustrating. It's, you know, do as I say, not as I do. You know, frustrating. But that's my rant for this morning. But yeah, we checked out your channel. We enjoyed that, MBTA. You're getting some good footage and putting some writing on your videos now. That's good. It's good for your channel. Glad to see that. You know, that's a major breakthrough for a lot of people. You know, to learn how to actually put stuff on their videos is not as easy as it looks sometimes. Concord Yard is gone. Bow Junction is gone. And Bow was a major coal point, right? And then I think during the I don't know what presidential thing that was without getting into politics, but they tore that out when they wanted no more coal to be used to fuel things. You know, so the Bow plant, there used to be huge coal trains running up there along through Tingsboro, up underneath the Tingsboro Bridge and everything. Absolutely, MBTA. We definitely support the smaller channels that are starting out. Here comes a train. We started out, it'll be 2 years this fall for doing trains. It'll be 2 years. We started out with, we had like 11 family members for our subscribers. Yeah, so no, seriously, it's not funny. We know, but we didn't do it for that reason. We did it for us. Here comes a train, guys. What are they talking about right now? Their radio's terrible. But yeah, we started out with 11 subscribers, family, and you know, we started doing trains because we love to watch trains, so we figured we'd upload trains as a family hobby. You know, I thought it would be good for my family to, you know, hang out together, because I mean, you get older, you don't hang out with your kids as much anymore. Well, we weren't, and so it gave us kind of like common ground, you know, not to talk about anything serious, just to enjoy ourselves. And that's why we put the channel up, because when we lost Shoestring, we used to watch Shoestring. My whole family watched him. We all got hooked on his videos, and then we're like, start recording the trains if we're sitting along the tracks. So, you know, and if you start it now, in a couple years from now, you'll have some subscribers, and you'll be, you know, for me, being retired as a hobby, it's given me purpose, you know, and it's therapy. They didn't even convert to oil, right? Isn't that terrible, Johnny Blaze? That is terrible. The night they move old Dixie down, law business takes priority. Yeah, that's sad, Mike. We agree with that. Yeah, very sad. Thank you for joining us this morning, guys. But yeah, it is. So what's the deal now with the coal? So the deal there that go up to Bow? Because I know there's a train that goes up there from Nashua. It does go north of there. There's somebody being serviced up there somewhere. I don't know if it's in Nashua or if it's in Manchester. I'm pretty sure they go through Manchester still. You know? I'm pretty sure they, back in the day, they used to have, now they have like a Manchester, they have some kind of a Verizon Center, I think it is, that's up there near where the freight yard used to be. And they used to run the trains up there. I think they still, but I mean, all those buildings and everything, I think they had an old, like a yard tower that burned down. I know that was there for many years. I worked for the railroad. That was an active area when I worked for the railroad. It was very busy in that section. You know, and sad, you know, it's just sad to see it go away. And it's sad because then they turn around and say there's no place to put things, and there's nothing to do, and there's no room for roads and highways, and there's too many cars. Go get a bicycle and make a bicycle lane. No, seriously, why don't you use the tracks instead of a walking lane? Why don't you make them trolley lanes? You know, run the trolleys back and forth, you know? I don't know. You guys driving on the streets, aren't those taking up space? You know? I would rather take a trolley than a bus, you know? So, but it's interesting because a lot of the old rails, correct me if I'm wrong on this, weren't there overhead, I don't know the name of it. I say canary like a bird, but I know it's not canary, but there's a system that runs wires that used to be, when I was a kid, it used to be all through Brighton and Boston and all down there. And all the trains down there, like the green and all those lines, were running on overhead wires. Isn't that electricity that they're running on? And they switched to running to something else, right? I don't know what they're running on now. But by far the most efficient mode of transit in the U.S., yet we pull up all the tracks, right, Kentucky? I totally agree with that. Canterbury, I probably am not saying it right. Yeah, I'm trying. Hey, I'll stick with trains. Oh, that's fun. Yep. I can hear a train, guys. I just heard it's low, powerful drop down, and I don't know where it is. but I know you guys know what I'm talking about. That P42 sound. Catenary. Listen, this isn't speech RS or pronunciation RS. It's help us. Oh, yeah. So, but anyways, I could have been a stand-up comedian, you know, but I'm sitting down. Yep. That's terrible. I can't do any jokes. They're horrible, you know. My kids always say they're dad jokes. They're terrible, Dad. Don't ever repeat them. You know. But hey, I think they're funny sometimes, you know. But I'm back under my tree again. I get all excited and I walk around pacing and ranting, and then I go back to my Amazon River. Wait for trains. Hey, where's my monster? Oh, I ready. Oh, but I still got gummies. Yeah. Gummies. Sour gummies. You eat one of these things, you can't even say anything. The sides of your mouth are sucked in. You're like, nah. But yeah, look at that. Boy, that would really suck if that tree snapped right now. Kind of like a catapult and came flying up this way. Especially with me right here. Whack. Well, that's the end of Trains R Us. Catapults are us. But you know what I have? Seeing that we have 2 trains coming, back-to-back Amtrak. Yeah. I'm going to try this again. The last time I tried this, the train came up the rails. Whoa. Whoa. That would really suck if you got your foot stuck in there. Like if it flipped, it would never flip. It's too heavy. But I'm going to go in. Oh, I got my truck back, guys. I meant to tell you that. Yeah. $1,600 later. And that was covered under warranty. I still had to pay $1,600 that wasn't covered. So, yeah. Probably going to sell it because I don't know what to do with it. It keeps breaking. It's a beautiful truck. It's brand new. There's nothing but problems. But at least they covered the transmission that they replaced on it. GMC. I wouldn't buy one if you paid me. Nope. Not after having this one. But I do have a car too, and the car's been no problem, and it is a GMC. But I think it's a year. So my car's older. I think the truck, because it's a 2020 when COVID was around. I think they were, you know, basically they forgot half the parts together. You know? Or they just, oh, here comes the train, guys. Whoa! I'm getting away from that box over there that ruins my signal. It does qualify, but they covered everything. They replaced the transmission, Johnny. They did it for free. My truck is brand new. It doesn't even have 100,000 miles on it. Amtrak, guys. Hopefully this signal's good. I'm away from that ridiculous box. We've got trains. Trains. Non-powered cab unit, yes. I hope so. Hopefully I don't fall down this hill trying to get away from that box. Whoa. Oh, here we go. Nice. Ah, that was cool. P42 chugging away. Beautiful. Hopefully that one came out good. I was hanging over a cliff. I literally was. I had to stand on all these sticks over here and hold the phone up over all this brush. That was pretty cool. Wow, did that thing... Oh, it smelled like brakes. Woo! Brake burn, baby, burn. Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, it looks all beat up in the front, like a transformer that's been through a war. Yeah, ever since we've taken them into transformers, that's all we think about now. You know, Optimus Prime. It's an Amtraktimus Prime. It's a P-42 Prime. Everything's Prime. Amazon Prime. All right, I got to open this drink here. This is monster number 2, guys. Oh, welcome. Trains R Us New England is live streaming Boston to Maine. Haverhill line, Haverhill, Mass. And guess what we have coming next time? From this direction, we have Amtrak 691. Thank you for tuning in.
The number you have reached. 2 hours later.
No, it'll be here soon. The only ones you have short tour. Oh, that sucks. But you know what? A train's a train. You have to excuse me. I just swallowed the wrong direction. Ah! Ah! The bells are ringing for me. So that went through pretty good. Was that a good signal, guys? I appreciate that update on that. You've got ducks. Okay, passenger trains, but I like the short. I do like, listen, I'll take any train. Give me trains. I don't care if it's an excursion train. Like sometimes I'll go up to, New Hampshire up in, I'm trying to think of the area. Ashland. Up in Ashland, Bridgewater. I don't know if you guys have been up to Bridgewater, the Pagawaska River. I can never pronounce it. It's an Indian name and I'll never get it right, but you know what I'm saying. It's there's an old train bridge there, and they have the incredibly good train that runs out of Weirs Beach during Bike Week. We were up there during Bike Week, you know. We got a train there too. Trains are everywhere. But yeah, we went up there and we got a train up there, and then so anyways, that line runs. It's starting pretty soon, so they probably already did the test runs because we're in August. Oh, and by the way, ADD is acting up, but we just went to the Halloween store. It's open. Yeah, we're getting Halloween stuff already. Can you believe that? It's time. It's that store there. I can't think of the name of it now. The one that's over. It's everywhere goes there. Everyone goes there for the Halloween stuff. It only opens up for part of the year. .692 is clear and changing channels going over to Amtrak zone. So they've already gone through. So now the next train's coming on the way. But yeah, I forget what I was about. But yeah, so the train there that runs up there, it goes all the way up to the Common Man restaurant. So it runs from Meredith. You can get on the train in Meredith, and you can go all the way up to the Common Man. I think the town is Plymouth by King. Pretty cool. I mean, that train is cool, and it runs old Boston and Maine train equipment, like the engines. We've gotten videos of it, and they still have like some of the colors on them still, you know. And it's amazing. Spirit Halloween. That's it. Thank you, MBTA. You saved the day, and the winner is. But yeah, we were just there yesterday. It's open. It's already open. You can hear it in my voice, right? That's ridiculous. But I was like filming stuff. I was stepping on all those monsters. Oh, it's amazing. You know, I told my son about it. He's going to go in there and you watch. He's going to buy everything. He's going to come home with like literally thousands of dollars worth of stuff. He gets crazy with that stuff. Last year he had a hearse. He bought a hearse. Yeah. So, you know, I wouldn't mind driving that around. That'd be kind of cool. Hearses are us. Train. Yes, that's correct. Thank you for saying the correct name, or writing the correct name. The Pagawaska River. Yes, so it's the picture we have on our channel. We were standing on that train track. It's not used all year long except for in the fall. The excursion trains for the leaves, you know, when people go checking it out. But yeah, that's an amazing line, and some beautiful equipment goes there. And we've gotten several videos of that. And you definitely got to check that out. Actually, we're going to go up there. I have property up there. I'm going to go up there. I got to go up there at some point. I've been kind of delaying it because I don't want to mow the lawn. You know, lawns are us. I figure the lawn won't grow if I'm not there, right? It just won't grow. It won't know I'm there. When I'm there, I swear it grows. I mow it and it grows. Then overnight, it has to be mowed again. And then before I leave, it has to be mowed one more time. It's terrible. But if I don't go there, it doesn't grow. I have no idea. I have no idea. Waiting for a train. Hey, Cassidy. Cassidy and the Sundance Kids or something like that. Trains. Where's my train? Oh, where's my drink? Yeah, so I opened up a new Monster. You can tell, right? Talking like I'm on drugs. But I don't do drugs. But I do monsters.
Monsters.
Don't drink or do drugs. It's a beautiful life. It's not just a movie. It's the truth. You know? It is a great hobby. It's a good family hobby. It keeps my family, like, connected with something, you know? And they're all across the country now, you know? That's amazing that I got my sister down in UP territory. She's like, oh, I can't wait to get your trains for you. I'm going to be sending you a video. She already sent me one short one of an auto train. I'm sorry. Yeah, caffeine is a drug. Yeah, you're correct. Yep. So isn't sugar. Sugar's one of the biggest drugs out there, you know? Yeah, you're correct. Yep. But we're having the breakfast of champions this morning. We're having two of the best things to have on your trackside. Gummies and Monsters. One of the biggest addictions out there that practically, I say, I use that term loosely as well, is one of the biggest addictions out there is sugar. And it's the one thing cancer survives on. Did you know that? So cancer eats sugar. That's what it does. That's how it lives, and that's how it grows. Cancer is nothing but uncontrolled cell growth, first of all, in its most simplest term. It's the reason I know all this is had it. But yeah, so it's uncontrolled cell growth, and it lives off of sugar. So it's only happy when it has sugar to eat. Isn't that terrible? Yep. But I mean, you got to have a certain amount of sugar in your life. Well, do you really? I don't know. Ever since I have cut down, and you know, it's funny because I'll show you guys these Monsters, and so this is it for caffeine for me today. By the way, this is my second one. I usually don't have this, but I just happen to have it, so I'll have it. And there's another train, so you might as well. But I won't have any more gummies for the rest of the day either. I tend to take care of myself, you know, it might be that way, but I really do. So the train's going to be coming from that way. The way I look at it is everything in moderation, guys, right? So, and that's from a guy who survived cancer by drinking Bud Light the entire time. Back when I drank like a keep down, that's how I survived. Bud Light the entire time I was on chemotherapy and radiation. It's the only thing that I could drink. Morning, AZ. Welcome. Welcome to the channel, guys. No, no excessive things except for trains. Yeah, excessive trains has never bothered me. I'm addicted to trains. Is YouTube? It kind of is. Yeah. So when we started watching trains, right, and we were like, well, might as well record them, right? Okay. Well, once you start recording them and you start a channel, next thing you know, it's all we do. It seems like I record everything. I recorded a truck hitting a bridge. I mean, you know, we're like, whoa, watch this truck hit the bridge, and boom, it hit the bridge. We uploaded that. Well, it was a train bridge, so it was kind of related, you know. Hey, we might see 100. Where is that? Good morning, Haverline. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the channel. Live streaming, main line. So far, we've gotten the MBTA, 2 of them, and we've got the Amtrak, another Amtrak before we shut the live stream down. So we got one more train coming. Hopefully it's soon. I gotta check my battery. Even though I have it on low battery, this has been going for a little while. We're at 25%. I should be okay. Does anybody know the location of 691 East right now on the tracker? That would really help. Should be here very soon. Hopefully just in time before my battery dies. The stream might flicker when it goes to 20% because that you're at 20% on your phone. But it should be fine after that. Hopefully it doesn't do that exactly when it goes by, because that would really suck. But anyways, we had a really good morning this morning so far. So good, guys. Thank you for tuning into the channel. We appreciate you to stop by and say good morning and chat it up about trains and stuff. And we appreciate everybody that tunes in later too, because a lot of people watch these later on when they're uploading, ready to go. It's been very successful. The past probably, I'm guessing 10 live streams have gotten over 3,000 or over 2,000 people. That's people, you know, thank you. We appreciate that. You know, we dime off this. We do this for you guys. And we do it because it's fun, you know, something to do. And it's enjoyable. It's coming. So you might see it. Interesting. Yeah, but if that's an outbound, okay, well, I don't know. I'm just hoping to get the 691 East. I think that's what it's called, right? 691, it's the weekend. Planes. No, trains. Trains, yeah. I don't think there's anything down there, but that doesn't mean anything, that direction. Because there's a bunch of trains parked down there where they sleep at night. Trains sleep where they park and get cleaned out. We've actually seen trains go by. We'll see one set go by and expect it to come back because the line ends down there. And it's not the same set. It's a different train they send back because there's a bunch of different ones. But hopefully this live stream survives. We started at 90, I think we were 91% battery. That's another thing. Live streams eat up your battery pretty good. We had on Do Not Disturb, so that worked out pretty good. We learned to stay away from that electrical box because that ruins our signal, thanks to Johnny Blaze. And yeah, should be pretty good. Trains. Yeah, trains sleep at night up at Bradford. They're all parked up there. If you want something out cool, get off at the Haverhill exit there, head over to Bradford Station. And on the west side of Bradford Station is a bunch of trains parked down there. And there's like a walkway. You can walk through some of it without even trespassing. Yeah. North Side Specials. Did you end up going into Boston, MBTA? Didn't you end up going into Boston or something? Was it you that was saying they were the Boston platform to get trains? Somebody was saying that. I thought it was you. Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah, we'll have to check that out. That's pretty cool. We love going into Boston. That's the place to go because they all come into there, right? That's nice. That's always a good day. You know, after we charge our phone and everything, maybe we'll just take a train today and ride right in there today. We got to check for riots first, make sure there's no scheduled riots in Boston, you know, and get all our equipment on. You know, you got to protect yourself in this city, you know. But it's unfortunate, but so is life sometimes, you know. But anyways, guy's starting up this truck over there. I don't know how loud that is for you guys, but move over here a little bit. So hopefully it shows up pretty soon because let me just check my battery again. Let me see. We're at 22%. We should make it. You're on the southern part of the Haverhill. Just trying to read what you guys are writing here. It just got on the Wildcat, but if the case, then that can't be true because the other train would have to be stopped all this time sitting at Wilmington Junction. So that would really delay the 692 would be really delayed and he would be sitting still right now. 0 speed. But that thing updates every few minutes. Go through Ballardvale, flying through, and it says it's still up in Lawrence. And then all of a sudden it'll update that it went through the center of Andover, but still not Ballard. And then we're waiting, and then finally it updates and says it went through Ballardville, and it's already gone down. That's him. I just heard him, guys. I think he's at the junction, Lowell Junction right now, because he's due into Haverhill at what, 9:38, I think. Let's see what time it is. Oh, it's 9:22. Battery just went on to low battery, so it might look at a little bit there, guys. But we got 20% left. We're hoping we make it for this next train. Trains. I could also, you know what I did yesterday? Was it yesterday? No, it was the day before. I actually, you know, I was telling you guys I left my chair. You know, I just left. I don't know, spaced it. I did the same the other day. I left and I got home and realized my chair was back there. I had to drive all the way back again. Crazy, right? But I have a charging unit in here. So stand by. I figure if the train's coming, let me just turn the radio. I have a base radio in here too. That's a really good radio. It can pick up trains in Saco, Maine. Oh, there it goes. It's charging right now. That's what it looks like out my window. So I'm only here because I'm trying to charge my phone, guys. But I think it's smart to do. I don't want to miss that train, and I don't want to cut this stream short because of that. Yeah, it's charging. Beautiful. And you can still look at the that direction anyways while it's charging. Because I don't want to miss this train, and, you know, it's a total letdown. It's not happening.
Not on my watch. 2 hours later.
SpongeBob. Yep. Still watching cartoons. Tired. Matter of fact, you know what I saw yesterday? You guys have seen the coyote that chases the Roadrunner. Beep, beep, right? I was watching that, right? They actually had a video of him catching. Caught him. You know, my whole life, I've waited for him to catch him, and he's never caught him. There was one there that he caught him. I mean, it's crazy, but that was awesome. And it was great because he caught him. He got him by the neck, and then he had him on a fire tied up, and he was roasting him. The things that I find are funny. That's terrible. But yeah, the Roadrunner was finally met his match. The coyote got him with some special shoes he had on. He had some rocket shoes on or something. It was pretty cool. You know, it was just a relief to see before I die someday that Roadrunner actually got caught. You know, you guys are probably not even familiar with what I'm talking about. Different generations, you know, but yeah, our cartoons were awesome when we were growing up. And one of them was that, you know. You look up the coyote catches the Roadrunner, I think on YouTube, and I think you'll find it, you know. Oh yeah, it's great. It's good. But yeah, right now I'm standing by at my vehicle. What's good about this is my radio's over there with my chair and stuff, but hopefully I don't forget it today. But we have the base radio here, so if any talking happens, we'll definitely get that. It's an amazing radio. It picks up trains everywhere with an S, because we're from New Hampshire's. Wow, look at that plane going straight up like that. That's quite a climb. He's got to be careful he doesn't stall. We don't know anything about planes, but we know a little bit because we've been watching that pilot debrief page on YouTube. Hoover is the guy's name. Really good channel if you're into planes. I don't know if you're into planes, but we're not really into planes. We just watch it for something, you know, different. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. So we're already up to 24% on the charger. That's major. That's huge. So the train should be on time into Haverhill, guys. I'm assuming it's due at 9. Is it 9:36 or 9:38 or something like that? I'm guessing it's going to be here in probably 5 minutes. Although I haven't heard them yet. Oh, there he is. 691 is on track 2 at the JK East. So the JK is towards the train crossing this way. The JK East is, so he's heading eastbound, and he's going to be going through, the next thing he'll call out is AS, Andover Street, and then Fry. He'll probably call out Fry. And when he calls out Fry, he's here. So this is like 5 minutes. We're talking, guys. So approach limited AS 2 East. So he's coming, guys. Thank you for tuning into the channel. I'm going to unplug this charger because we're this now. We're all set. He'll be here. We have enough power. Giving it all she's got, Scotty. Captain. Star Trek. Star Trek. I don't know if you guys watch that. That's another one. Kids. This is how you can tell if you've had too much to drink, if you can't walk the rail. Be a tough test, huh? But yeah, we should be able to get a good video of this. We're going to stay away from that electrical box. We're going to stand over here this time. He's on track 2 right now anyways. That could change. He's on track 2, which is the furthest track from us. But I'm not sure if he's going to stay on that track. That doesn't matter. You know, it can change anywhere up in the area of Lawrence. They can switch. So there's no way of us knowing that. But either track, it doesn't matter. Approach medium in the cab. Yeah, he's really close, guys. Radio, just so we can have that with us. Oh yeah, that's picking up that static. I wonder if it's from that electric box, like Johnny Blaze was saying there. Probably, huh? Yeah, we should be good right here. It's good. So yeah, after this, we'll shut it down. We thank you guys, you know, for tuning in with us this morning and spending your Saturday morning chilling with us, Trackside. And yeah, thank you. We appreciate it. It's been a good morning. Got a lot of trains, a lot of chatter. It's good. A lot of good times. We'll have this last Amtrak and then we'll go down, and you guys have a great Saturday. Hopefully you're out there rail fanning or doing what you like to do, and have a great day and enjoy your weekend. That's what we work for, right? Everybody's working for the weekend. So, but yeah, we'll be back soon. Not sure when we'll do another live. Depends on train activity. Depends on a lot of things. Scheduling, you know how that goes. So we don't want to make it like a job where we have. So we kind of do it when we want to do it, and then you're kind of more enthusiastic, I guess, you know? It's just kind of tough if you can't roll out of bed and you know you said you were going to do a live stream. That's tough. But kind of takes the fun away. Fun house, but you love haunted houses. Once you get a job there, it kind of ruins it. You don't want to go there anymore. That's what I told my daughter. I said, you don't want to work at Screamfest. You're going to hate it. And that's our favorite place for the family to go. You know? So.
Limited clear at FR.
Oh, he's at FI. He's here, guys. Trains. Amtrak live side. Trains R Us New England. Thank you, guys, for checking this out with us today. Here we go. There's the crossing protection at the first crossing. And soon these will turn on, hopefully.
It's not looking good.
Well, at least there's not a lot of vehicle traffic at this crossing. Oh, there it goes. Awesome. Here we go. P42 power. Whoa! he was on this track, guys. See, you never know. Well, hopefully that signal came through okay. Amtrak, live. Well, thank you for tuning in to us today, guys. We appreciate it. Okay? You have a great day. Enjoy your Saturday. Thanks again. We're signing off. Take care. Bye-bye.